You want to start a clothing brand, don't you? One that's making $1,000, maybe $2,000 a month? Oh, I know you do. I can feel it through the screen. It's possible to go from salary checks every pay period to making that same amount of money in less time than it takes to make a baby. My name is Zeph, and I've been running No Voucher Apparel for over a year. I can tell you the feeling of earning money through entrepreneurship, using this money to improve your life, improve your designs, and improve your business. There is nothing like holding cold, hard cash on a hot Sunday morning. Now, starting that brand is your first step. But before you can fill your pockets with money, you need designs to sell. Before you even get a design to sell, you need a logo for your brand, right? Now, having a standout logo will make or break you. There are logos you will remember for the rest of time, and they're for good reasons. But there are also logos you remember for bad reasons. So your logo will follow you everywhere you go. So you need a logo. And let me tell you a secret. You don't need to be Bob Ross or even Van Gogh. All you have to be is you. Sometimes we have these ideas in our head and we can't express them. We can't get them out. And that's where graphic designers come in. You can give a graphic designer your preschool sketch and have them make it into artwork. Now that's beauty if I've ever seen it. And of course, you can take the time and learn the skill yourself, crack open a laptop, and take a couple of months to a year to learn how to edit properly. Learn how to Photoshop and learn how to alter images and learn how to make them into designs. Not the hardest thing to do. So if you're willing to learn, I say go for it. Remember, the more you learn, the more you earn. But there is a faster route. Because don't get me wrong, I pay for Photoshop. I pay my monthly fee to Creative Cloud to use Premiere and Photoshop, but I'm no professional. I can take something on Photoshop, maybe remove the background with a simple click, but I can't make a masterpiece that I'm envisioning. But that's why when it comes down to getting a professional logo or a professional design for your clothing brand, you are going to seek out a trusted adult. And that trusted adult is going to be no other than a graphic designer. Somebody who knows how to do the job. Now, I'm sure you've heard this term before. If it's easier to pay someone and it's faster to pay someone to do something that would take you longer and more effort to do, then pay them. If money isn't the problem, your time is the issue, pay them. Remember that. And you make a partnership, you never know. This person might not charge you full prices for the designs. You get to get comfortable with a graphic designer to get on a page where you guys to get to a point where you guys are on the same page. You never know what's possible. You might be able to get them to work for you full time, paying a smaller fee in the long run and getting more designs out of it. Something to look into. Now, throughout this video, I'm going to give you some tips, tricks, and things to watch out for when dealing with graphic designers, where to find them, how to pay them, and so on and so forth. Make sure you guys drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Because if you're not notified, how you going to know when I drop? And that's mighty fake of you. And if you're being fake, we got an issue. So yeah, let's get on to the video. First, what we're going to do is pull out our phones, go to Instagram. If you do not have an Instagram made for your clothing brand, make one. You should have a TikTok, an Instagram, and a YouTube page. You should have every social media platform. Snapchat, make them all. It doesn't hurt to promote anywhere and everywhere, but the more eyes, the better. We're going to open up Instagram. Now, on my page, you notice the first thing you see is a whole bunch of designs, fashion-related stuff, because that's what I'm into. This is pure. On my clothing brand, I don't do anything else other than fashion-related stuff. I don't want to mess up my algorithm. I don't want to see anything else. I do not use my Instagram for personal use at all. So, first thing you're going to do is type in STD. Not STD medically, STD as in studio. So when I type STD, you see everything that pops up, right? I can just press search. Now, the summary we're going to ignore, but look right here. Studio, STD. So look right here. STD stands for studio. So you see all of these are studios, all design studios, right? These are all people you can go check out. Now, I really wouldn't be too worried about the follower count. That's not the biggest of deals. Another one you can type in DSG. That stands for design or designer. And again, you'll see a whole bunch of designers. And, at that point, you can just take your time and look, and the video's over, really. Just kidding. The video is not over. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks of what to look out for, what to look for, and what to not do. Please don't do some of these things. Please. I like this. This is nice. Cool. So let's start with DSG, right? I can go here on these posts and just keep scrolling. So at that point, I'm not like specifically clicking on a page itself. I'm just scrolling to see what pops up to me. Let's see. Now, let's say I scroll. Now it starts to kind of like show you extra stuff. But like, say I like this cheetah print right here, right? Or leopard print, whatever it is. Click on it and I see who's selling it. So slide 2, DM this person. Slide 3, DM this person. So this is slide 2. I have to DM equanimity, whatever it says, equanimity. Not sure that's the word, Equanimity Studio. So we go on their page, see some of the stuff they're making. And you see how they got some commission works right here. So they got people actually using their stuff. This is important. That means they to me, this is important because it means they care about their clothes. They want their stuff out there. They don't want to just sell this and move on. They want to be big. People like this is a good one. I'm not going to lie. This is a good one. All right. So some tips and tricks when working with people. Say I wanted, I think I like this one. Yep. Got the Statue of Liberty right there. Say I wanted that design, right? I would inbox them, ask them for the price. This design, in my opinion, should not be more than $60. There are people out there charging $100, something like this. This doesn't even have a back on it. And honestly, even getting no back kind of doesn't really deserve a full 60, 50 maybe, 40 pushing it. But everybody has their prices. I'm not here to crap on the studio and designer community, graphic designer community. But yeah, to each his own. Certain things I am not paying above a certain price for. And you have certain designers that, they consider some higher qualities and they're making $100 designs, $250 designs. To each his own. That's all I have to say. To each his own. I would rather, if I'm paying $250 a design, I am solely working with this person and we are making a whole lot of money. There's designs out there for a quality price. Don't get ripped off. Another thing is you don't want to send payment in full. When you are getting a design made, send them half at the beginning. Send the deposit. Half is more than fine. They don't have to purchase anything to make this design. They're not purchasing characters. They're using probably free fonts online. And then most of the stuff is probably made with AI anyways, and they're just cutting it out and clipping it so it wouldn't be fully artificial intelligence. They're still making things, they're still putting the design together. A lot of that stuff is made from AI, starting with AI. Now, sending money. Again, I said don't send it all in full, but also only send on trusted apps. PayPal, Zelle. I wouldn't even go Zelle. Actually, PayPal, Venmo. I have used Remitly or whatever. Remitly, I think that's how you pronounce it. Remitly. I've used them, but for sure, PayPal is my most trusted option. You can use two different options on PayPal. One is friends and family, and the other is for goods and services. With goods and services, you have a purchase protection just in case you do not get the right item, or they just never send you their design. You will run into some designers who are just trying to finesse. You'll run into people overall who are just trying to finesse when you're in this community. So something to look out for. Never send the money in full, and never send through non-trusted apps. If it's not an app that you can put goods and services, like with Zelle, the money's going straight to them and you can't take it back. You can't refuse it. You can't refute it. You can't put in a claim for it. It's over. Once you send that money, it's gone. So PayPal is your best friend. There's also Venmo, but I go PayPal. PayPal is the easiest way to make payments. Designers copy a lot. There's times you will buy a design, look on the same designer's page months later, and they have something almost exactly like what you already previously paid for. And sometimes you'll look on a graphic designer's page and you'll have something up there that looks very similar to yours. Let me see if I can find this picture. I saw a design. Did I screenshot it? I don't think I did. Okay, I didn't screenshot it. My main logo, I saw the same thing literally flipped. My hands are at the top, the hands are at the bottom, and I'm just like, bro, this has got to stop. And before that, like when I first bought the design, I saw another similar design going viral like maybe 3 weeks later, and that was killing me. So I haven't really, I need to change my design. That's point blank period. And also, they don't just copy each other. They will go copy Balenciaga. They will take Supreme's design and try to sell it to you. So you have to kind of stay on top of these designs and just stay on top of the culture, stay on top of fashion, and so you know what's going on. Please don't get finessed. Please don't buy a Supreme logo in your own font. I mean, with your own name on it. It looks tacky to me. The people putting the big S on the pants and the shirt looks super tacky. Like you're taking Supreme's whole thing. I don't get it. To each his own, but whatever. Also on the designers, they're just lazy. Some of them are lazy. You tell them to do things. They're going to input it into AI. Whatever AI gives them, they're going to slap it right back your way. So when you do find a designer you really like and you really can work with, it works well. Don't get rid of them. Keep them around. Trust me. Commission. You can get custom work done. What I started on this board and ended up showing you right about here, that's custom. I designed that in my head. I worked with that. We have the video to prove it. I worked that out with you guys, actually. We worked on that together. The video's not dropping yet until the shirt comes, but we worked on that together. That came from in here. And then I sent them my design, and they sent me back a finished piece. That's commission work. That might cost you a little more, but this is why I'm doubling back on the point of finding a designer you like and who you can hire full time. My designer, we are at a set price and we work together all the time. I buy designs off him that I have never made. They're just sitting in my hard drive. But that's okay because we have an understanding that I constantly need new designs and he constantly needs to keep making stuff so he can get paid, he can pay his bills, and he can just keep getting better at his craft. In the year that we've been working together, he's extremely accelerated. He's gone to new heights, and we're working, and I want to see him keep growing. So find somebody you're cool with. Find somebody that you have a good business relationship with and that you're cool with. It'd be perfect. Some designers suck. Like, they just genuinely suck. I paid a guy. I'll show the examples up here, too. I paid a guy to make a custom hat for me, and it just kept coming out terrible. Hopefully, he didn't delete the messages. Let me see. I can actually check right now. I'm pretty sure I have the screenshots in my phone. If I do, I'll put them on one of these sides. If you don't see no screenshot here, that's because I couldn't find it and I don't have it. Cool. But yeah, some genuinely suck. Some really just don't know what they're doing. They're here for the cash. They're copy paste. Just like with artists, with music, people will just copy paste music and just try to put it out there and make a hit. With videos, people are copying other channels and just putting it out there and hoping it hits. People just want money, and people want to throw spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks, and if you're going to give them the money, they're taking it. I've had those instances before. I've made those mistakes. I moved on and I found better. Now, some of these designs up here are not possible to make. Now, I mentioned earlier, AI is a big part of the design industry these days, especially on when you're working with these smaller level designers. Some things are physically not possible to make. Like, you'll see certain designs, and especially like cut and sew types. I'm not talking about you get a graphic design, you want to slap it on the shirt. But when you're working with these graphic designers, they also sell cut and sew designs. I'll show you one. Matter of fact, let me show you this hoodie. Now, these are cut and sew designs. Don't mind the makeup. I don't know what girl did that, but whatever. These are 460 and then 400 flat GSM hoodies. This one's a little lighter. This one's a little heavier. Obviously, obviously, you know the numbers. But these are straight cut and sew hoodies. So if you were to buy a design like this off a designer, most factories are not just printing this out for you. This is going to cost you a lot of money to get made as a sample. and a good amount of money to get made in bulk too. So I paid roughly about 500 together for both of these at two different times, just because I wanted to test out different things. Like you can see, this is lighter here, and this is a little darker here on the lettering rise. A couple things are different. A couple things are the same. Like this is the same. These rhinestones are the same. This zipper on the newer hoodie is bigger. I believe I have embroidery on the hood. Yep. But when you start, ooh, I didn't even notice that. They're two different ways. I wonder which way. I gotta look into that. I didn't even notice that. That's actually pretty crazy. Probably better this way though. Whatever. Sorry. Off topic. That just distracted me. These are cut and sew hoodies. If you try to get something like this, it's going to be hard for a manufacturer to just make this for a simple price. You're going to have to pay a lot of money to get stuff like this made. There are so many details that go into stuff like this that if you try to go get a $50 sample, it's not going to work out. Keep that in your mind when you're buying these designs of graphic designers. Some things cannot be made. Now look at this for an example. I'm going to show you an image right here. These are called my Frankenstein pants, Frankenstein shorts. You see these little lines, these little white lines? Those are stitching. It was so hard to find a manufacturer that did that because it's a cut and sew piece. I didn't want to just print it on. I wanted that actually stitched on. So keep in mind when you're buying these complicated designs, you have to get a professional manufacturer, a cut and sew manufacturer to make it. Manufacturers that are selling blanks, they're not going to be able to just slap this on a hoodie and go about your thing. They have to cut it out. It's sublimation. A lot of other processes other than DTG and DTF are involved in making these type of hoodies and these type of clothing. Before you buy a design, screenshot it. Send it over to your manufacturer. Ask them what they think. Can you make this for me? How would you make this for me? How much would it cost? Off of a screenshot, they can give you a lot of information. And if they can't, it might not be the best manufacturer. Off topic. But that's a topic for another day. We'll get into that another day. I'm Zeph with No Voucher. I showed you how to find a graphic designer on Instagram. It's not that hard of a process. Told you about some things to keep in mind. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for this channel so you know about the next upload. What's the point of being here if you ain't gonna be here later? Stick around. Let's have some fun, guys. Come on. And if you have any questions, any advice, drop them in the comments. Anything I can't answer, I will phone a friend. I know other clothing brand owners, other businesses, other entrepreneurs, other influencers. I will get you the answer. Drop it below. Don't care what it's about, whether it's about these clothes, about YouTube, about Instagram, Shopify, you name it. Let's get it done. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.